Hey YouTube, it's Marquita and today is Veda day number 16 and I'm here to give you guys a quick and requested vlog about having pets and a new baby. So for those of you who don't know, we have one dog. Her name is Layla and she is a Chihuahua. She's a full-size Chihuahua, not a teacup or anything. And I have had her since she was a puppy, so for almost 3 years. So throughout my pregnancy, Layla was very clingy. She knew, I think before we did, that I was pregnant. She followed me all around the house and she would lay her head on my stomach, and it was really, really cute. Um, she was very, very protective. If someone would come in the house, then she would, be in between my legs and make sure that nobody was bothering me. Now that I've had the baby, that has transferred to Riley. But I want to give you guys, for those of you who may be bringing your first baby home soon, or maybe TTCing, I just want to give you a few things that were really helpful to us to help get Layla acclimated to having a new baby. So while I was pregnant, we had Layla started weaning her from being on our sofas or being in the bed. We used to have her. She would come up in the bed with us and cuddle and stuff like that. But once I got probably about in my 5th month into pregnancy, we stopped letting her do that because we didn't want her to be jealous of the baby. We also let her stop getting on the furniture around that same time. We tried to curb her barking with different techniques. And we started weaning off our attention towards her, and that comes out really wrong, but there's a reason for it. We did not want her to get all this constant attention while I was pregnant, and then once the baby got here and our attention is somewhere else, that she felt like this thing is taking all my attention. So we started weaning our attention from her, and not in drastic ways, but enough so that when the new baby comes, it's not a huge adjustment. Um, Now, our dog is different because she may be more spoiled than other people's dogs. Our dog really thinks that she's a human, so we had to do a little bit more drastic measures. So your dog might not need that. Layla has also never been around children before, so we definitely had to do a trial period to see how things would go because not all dogs are dog friendly, and Chihuahuas do have a history, depending on their temperament, of not being good with children. So once I had Riley, while I was in the hospital, we took one of the receiving blankets that Riley had been wrapped up in, and we brought it home for Layla to sniff. So my mom brought it home about 2 days before I came home from the hospital. So this could be an option if you have a C-section. If you have a natural delivery, then I'll give you some other possible ideals. But what we did was, the day after I had Riley, my mom brought home the receiving blanket and put it down on the floor, and Layla like just kind of inhaled it. She just sniffed and sniffed and sniffed, and like she had a sixth sense about what it was, who this belonged to. So my mom left it down there for a little bit for her, and then pulled it up, put it away, and then brought it back out the next day and let her sniff it again, and then let her bring it to her bed so that way she could sniff it and get used to the smell of the baby. So once we brought the baby home, what we did was I came in the house first. Um, I gave her affection, and then I went and washed my hands, and we brought Riley in. And what that did was so that it's not sensory overload to the dog. So I came home first. I've been gone for several days. So I came home, gave her attention. Krista brought in Riley, and we set Riley down in her car seat on the floor and let Layla just sniff, sniff, sniff. We let her get her full sniffs in, and I think instantly she realized that this receiving blanket and this baby belong together. They must be the same thing, and we didn't have any issues. We also brought Riley out of her car seat and held her on the floor and let Layla sniff her all the way over, and Layla licked her feet, and we're good to go. The first month or so, Layla was very, very, very protective. Anywhere that the baby went, she was on baby duty. Layla was literally sleeping when we were sleeping because she was so exhausted. the baby was crying in the middle of the night, she was up on the side of the bed trying to make sure that everything was okay. If someone that wasn't me or Krista was holding the baby, she would be very upset, first of all. And then, second of all, she would watch that person like a hawk. Um, so she got really, really protective over her, but she never bit anyone. We just had to kind of tell her, these people are okay. And then she had this thing where she would sniff Riley's feet or diaper every time she would get a bath or get her diaper changed. So she was very bonded to Riley. Now, I will say that I'm doing this in time increments because fast forward to right now, we are having a bit of jealousy dealing with Layla. Um, Layla has really gotten pushed to the back burner, and I can understand where her jealousy is coming from. It's not extreme jealousy. She has not ever tried to nip at the baby. She's never done anything crazy to the baby. It's just that we can tell that she feels a little slighted. When she gets attention, she's very, 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 very excited the fact that she got attention, and you can tell that she's lacking. So we're trying to do a more concentrated effort of giving her treats and praising her, but also um, there's just days when she's in the way or she's growling and barking, and Riley's in the stage where a little bit of noise will wake her right up, and with her 20-minute cat naps, that really is frustrating. So we're trying to figure out a nice balance between Layla. Her and Riley have a very established bond, and there's no like, I can't believe that they brought this thing home, I don't want it here. There's definitely none of that. It's just that we have to find a way to give her more attention. So we're working on that. So those are the tips that I have from having a cesarean. Like I said, if you didn't have a cesarean, then a good option would be maybe for the mom, the carrying mom, to stay in the car. Maybe the partner, the husband, boyfriend, what have you, bring a receiving blanket in and let the dog sniff it first, let the cat sniff it, kind of go that route, and then bring the baby in. But make sure that you have them get acquainted. Let the dog sniff the baby. I don't have cats, so I'm not sure. My grandmother definitely lived by the old wives' tales about cats stealing babies' breath, but I don't know how that works. So I'm not the person for that. So um, my expertise is on dogs. So that is what I would suggest. I hope that that's helpful to someone, and hopefully those tips will be come in handy when you bring your baby home. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Veda Day number 17.